A very good day to you all, and a warm welcome to pre-webinar on AI in Construction Technology, a collaborative effort between Structural Design Institute, commonly known as SDI, and our esteemed partner, Civil and Structural Engineering Consortium Private Limited. If this is your first time with us, SDI is an educational institution that has a lot in store for you. We specialize in engineering, so covering areas such as design, construction, and software training. What sets us apart is our close affiliation with civil and structural engineering consultants, a name synonymous with excellence in the field, having worked on several iconic projects in Sri Lanka. At SDI, we are committed to the continuous professional development of engineers, so we offer CPD courses and events for those pursuing chartership or looking to enhance their skills. You can skip few of our ongoing and upcoming courses here. We are focused on structural analysis and design, architectural modeling, and even some courses focused on specialist topics. What sets us apart from other similar organizations is our exceptional faculty, as all our educators are practicing engineers with extensive real-world experience, some of whom even renowned in the academia. We also offer a set of publications, including tall building guidelines for Sri Lanka and construction specifications for tall buildings in Sri Lanka, as shown on the screen, with more to come. These books encapsulate our team's wealth of experience, diving deep into design and construction specifics. Today's webinar, the fifth in our series for the year, AI in Construction Technology, focuses on how artificial intelligence is transforming the construction industry. This insightful session will delve into the latest AI applications in construction technology, including design optimization, project management, and enhancing efficiency, safety, and sustainability in modern construction. It is a great opportunity for both aspiring and practicing engineers to deepen their understanding of the artificial intelligence role in construction technology. Before we begin today's webinar, I'd like to go over a few housekeeping points and rules to help ensure a smooth and successful session. If you have any questions to be directed to the resource person regarding the session, please send all your queries to the YouTube live chat, and we will direct them to the professor for you. All questions in the live chat will be answered during the Q&A session. Secondly, please note that a certificate of participation will be awarded to all attendees who complete the attendance form. The link to the form can be found in the description of the YouTube video, and we will also be sharing it in the YouTube live chat. It is important to note that this attendance form is not open yet. I repeat, the attendance form is not open yet and will only be accessible once we announce it during the webinar. When the time comes, we will post a message in the live chat indicating that the form is open. So please keep an eye on the live chat for that notification. Once the form is open, it will remain available for 20 minutes. So please make sure to fill it out within the time that if you wish to receive your certificate. If you experience any issues while trying to submit the form, kindly take a screenshot of the problem and send it to us via email or WhatsApp. Please note that we will not be able to answer calls during the session, so messaging is preferred for any assistance. With that, let's begin today's webinar. It is with great pleasure that I introduce our distinguished speaker for today's webinar, Professor Priyan Mendes. Professor Mendes needs no introduction as a renowned researcher and valued contributor to the industry. He holds the esteemed position of Professor of Civil Engineering at the University of Melbourne and is widely recognized as a leading expert in structural engineering. Currently, Professor Mendes serves as the director of the ARC Center for Advanced Manufacturing of Prefabricated Modular Housing, where he continues to push the boundaries of innovations in construction methods. His expertise spans in a wide range of disciplines, including prefabricated structures, tall buildings, durability of concrete structures, and advanced materials for construction. Protective technology for structures, resilience against wind, earthquake, and fire blast. So before joining the University of Melbourne, Professor Mendes made significant contribution as a structural engineer at Connor Wagner Limited in Melbourne, and his career highlights include consultancy roles in the design of iconic tall buildings worldwide, such as Burj Khalifa, Merdeka 118, and the Eureka Tower. Beyond skyscrapers, Professor Mendes has also lent his expertise to major infrastructure projects, including the Sydney Harbour Bridge, Anzac Bridge, Melbourne Metro Tunnel, and most recently, the Melbourne Suburban Rail Loop project tender with WeBuild and Borders. Professor Mendes is a prolific researcher, over 450 research papers published and more than 16,500 citations to his name. His impact on the field is underscored by his supervision of 66 successful PhD students and his recognition in the top 2% of researchers worldwide, according to the database compiled by Stanford University and Elsevier. So I think he needs no more introduction, and his competency is vital. Please join me in welcoming Professor Priyan Mendes to speak on the topic of AI in construction technology today, whose insights will promisingly illuminate the future of AI in construction industry. So without further ado, now I would like to hand over the session to Professor Priyan. Over to you, folks.
Thank you very much, Engineer Andrea. In fact, it's really a great pleasure to be here, physically present in this lovely CSEC headquarters office, where the main meeting room, and we having also welcome to a large physically present audience here, and number of participants joining from different countries, and I'm really glad that this topic is covered by Structural Design Institute, which has a global reach and doing a large service to really to the engineering community by organizing short courses, seminars, free webinars. There are many like that. So great service to the engineering community. So congratulations, and again the SDI team led by Engineer Chatumi, Engineer Andrea is here, and also the guidance of Mr. Shinoman Fernando of CSEC. So we are in fact covering a very important topic. This total topic I'm really talking for the first time. So I think maybe I haven't seen too much in the world as well in terms of covering this specific topic. Now, what is happening with, so today's topic, I can talk for hours and on these topics of AI now. Being in AI or artificial intelligence, I'll show you one of my first papers in 2005. So it's a bit of a long history of artificial intelligence work that I have conducted, I've done, and given talks. But however, we know that the AI revolution is in fact very, I would say recent, very recent. When I use the word revolution, is it is changing the world. Everything we do. Every time when I give a talk on AI, people just ask, am I losing my job? And that is a really good, question, because everyone is one way very happy AI is there. Other side is people are worried about their jobs. However, I think predominantly this talk is really, I'm sure engineers and architects and others involved in the construction industries joining today. Answer is no, because there's no way engineers, architects, and construction industry professionals or industry, those who are involved in industry will lose jobs. Actually, but more opportunities, because AI will help us to do things more efficiently with the lower cost. So we'll be having more construction and more efficient construction because the construction cost is very high at the moment everywhere. It's very high, relatively high everywhere. So this will, AI will allow the construction cost to come down, because it's all about optimization. So word optimization we knew forever, for so many years back, but it is what AI will do is to, in our industry, construction industries, to really to bring down the cost and make it more safer, more efficient. So today, very briefly, I will be discussing about the sort of opportunities that you can start thinking about. You already know, and I can't say to anyone that you don't know AI, because I got into AI a long time back. I in fact own AI, right? So many years back. All of you all own AI, AI device, right? You got smartphones. Phones are AI driven. So how many years back we got a smartphone which is AI driven? You don't even know, right? Like AI could be used to, someone could be spying on me using it. So just be careful, right? There are so many positives, but negatives as well, that you need to be careful with AI coming. It's not our area, cyber security and all that. Let's focus on the construction. So again, actually, I had to thank SDI for inviting me to give this talk. And at a particular time, we are sort of on crossroads, I would call it. I'm going to say that we are on crossroads. We are getting to a junction where are we going to embrace AI or we just ignore? That was a few years back. But now we can't just say we have to really embrace AI. Everyone has to know AI, right? We are not going to go and write a AI algorithm. We don't need to do that. There are people doing that, computer science and other people doing that work. We don't need to spend time on that. We have enough tools. What we'll do is to really use the tools and use AI to really to add to what you are doing. So that is what we are doing now. So I just mention this. I always do this talk with one of my very good friends, Dr. Paolo, who has been here also a few years back. He's expert in construction management, written a book on risk as well, very popular textbook on risk. But he's in a plane from Scotland today. We are doing, actually, in fact, I'm sidetracking here a bit. We are doing some work at and Melbourne at this project on the really demolition versus retrofitting type of how, when you looking at the older buildings, how to retrofit in them and all that. Today the talk is not on that. However, he's giving a talk in Scotland based on that our project. So he's my good friend who is really always be with me presenting this topic. So I have to acknowledge him there. The talk is on AI construction technology, but I will cover a bit of design side because there are no architects also joining this talk. So just to go backwards, we can't just talk. We basically getting used to it. I'm not going to put these slides in another year or two, right? We all will know everything here. But there are people in the audience, I'm sure. Whenever I give these talks, I ask them. I'm sure there are in the audience today, a large audience, I'm sure, listening to us today to the YouTube channel. We couldn't have it put into Zoom because there's a large audience. So we have the YouTube channel today. So let's really, for the benefit of everyone, this slide shows you where we are, and so if you define AI, we all know the word, but now it's like now the human-like intelligence, explained computer, robo, or the machine. The best introduction so many years back was that AI, the computer started. Before that, the humans were very intelligent, right? Very intelligent. Not that we are still intelligent, but what computer has done is beaten us now. So in some way, we'll be beating us, the computers, which is we should be happy. So first one, where what happened was world chess champion. I can't remember his name. I used to know those things when I was interested in chess, of course, when I was growing up. But he basically was playing with the computer, and usually he used to win all the matches. Then with the computer, and one day came, he lost to the computer. That is where I consider to be the AI was starting, basically to say the computer can one day beat the humans. So at the moment we are saying human-like intelligence. So if we are saying it's equal, that's fine. But what's going to happen more and more is really computers will be more advanced than us. That is it's very good. So again, that I elaborate this with saying that again you see the human mind. You can read from this slide, learning from examples and experience, past experience, recognizing objects, understanding, responding to language, and making decisions, solving problems. So also AI can just greet a hotel guest or driving a car, right? The automated cars, right? So we all initially be scared to have, some other computer device driving our own car, right? When we can sleep. I don't think we can sleep when the computer is driving our car, right? I'm not sure yet. I don't want to do that yet. But anyway, so these are all happening now. So with what's happening is advanced mathematical algorithms and the high computation powers. When I started working, my hard disk, I remember first job when I was doing after my PhD, my hard disk was only 50 megabytes. And now actually, I don't know, like everyone, I can't remember now, my phone has more megabytes than that, obviously, so many times better than that. So every device, so things have changed. So that's why it's changing. So this very briefly, we are calling about types of AI. This weak AI means that still the AI can't lacks the ability to think and make decisions like humans. And I think Siri in my phone may disagree. Right? Siri, do you agree? Sleep, no. Looks like he's not agree. He or she not agree. So let's leave it at that. Anyway, sometimes when I give talks, the Siri talks and says stop, nonsense, right, like that. So it's getting better than me. Anyway, so the second one is general or strong AI, which is everything can make decisions just like humans. We're getting there now. General or strong AI is getting stronger. That's where we are in now. So then we are getting the super AI range, where machines can surpass human intelligence and perform tasks better. That's where we are getting there more and more. So again, that the artificial general intelligence, that's what we have been talking about. So in this diagram, if you put the artificial intelligence, people really, again, like now mix up with AI. What is AI? What is machine learning? Deep learning today is not a talk on all that from me, but I just want to just show this one where the AI is overall. It's an overarching thing where the machine to intelligence or human behavior. Machine learning is it's a subset which is really allows a system to automatically learn and improve from experience, past experience, how we learn from the past experience, and that's where we are more focused in our construction, engineering, design sort of side, more machine learning. We don't go into deep learning that much. As researchers, yes, we go into deep learning a bit more. And again, using machine learning, which uses complex algorithms and deep learning neural networks to train a model. So that's what we are doing with the deep learning, not for ordinary day-to-day work, but for some of the researchers like us. So AI in construction and design, I want to just today focus more on the applications rather than know how to write algorithm in AI. That is really something I'm sure we will learn in the future. Again, some of my PhD students or research fellows get involved in this sort of work with more writing algorithms. We got a multidisciplinary groups of people. I work with computer science, like now some of my friends, to people who are in this really day to day. That's their task. We don't need to. I don't do that because they are the ones experts in that. So AI. I want to just show some examples of the where today is a very limited talk I'm giving. We must give some time for you to answer. Like no, you can put it to the YouTube channel live chat some questions. We won't have time interactive sessions today, but so it is really a few. Put it broadly. So it is on the construction technology applications. The first one is optimization. As I mentioned, it's all about optimization. So the algorithm can be used to amounts of data. Construction industry collects more data than anyone else, right? So much data available. So we can learn from the past experiences, and we train a model, train an AI model, machine learning model with the past data we learn from our experiences, and use those models to predict, make some informed predictions. That's what the machine learning will do for us there. How it works, there's something I'm sure you learn as well, using algorithms within the machine learning systems. It can really sort out the data and make bold predictions. So there are different types of algorithms. I will just touch on that. I will not go deeper into that. So some of my researchers help me with that. But the generative AI, the word generative AI, I think many people are familiar with now. So again, the design alternatives. So using specified parameters and constraints provided. So we all have constraints. I'm giving some examples of Gen AI in our area, design and construction area, later on. So with the generative AI, construction automation, it's really is the one which will come. AI has changed the way we do the automation. We can do automations, right? Like not regularly we can do automations, but we can use AI to really optimize the faster construction times, reduce labor costs. Let's go very quickly. Improve safety on site. I'll give some examples later on from our work. Predictive analytics, that's where I think it will make the best contribution. AI, so using the past, as I said, building performance to predict future needs. So and optimize operational efficiency. So making predictions. We can, one example I can give is now we want to develop a site, right? and use the best construction methods and technologies. So developers even be able to make some crude rough predictions of how much they should be spending on a particular project. So AI, for example, we can give 20. I want 20 stories, and I want a building with so many apartments. I want each floor. I want let's say 20 stories, and I want 3-bedroom apartments. Number of 3-bedroom. I want 2-bedroom, and I want certain things. We give instructions to the AI model. This is what I want, and the AI model will give us the best optimized option, optimized layouts, and then give us a rough estimation of the cost as well. So they're all inbuilt in. It will take a lot of things which we don't need to worry. Which if we are to do it manually, we take long time. But here the advantage is the machine learning model will have past data to train. It is trained from the past data. So that will help to make those more accurate predictions. I'm not saying 200% accurate, but that's good enough for us to really, for that developer to make some decisions whether you should be spending US 100 million or 200 million or something like that, or could be less than that. And it will even have really things like must be using steel option, must be using concrete option for this building, right? We can use the site retention. What sort of site retention options? We can give some geotech data, and it will give us the best model. Or it will say you need the piles to, because we are having some geological input for this sort of structure. We can say the piles should go down roughly this amount, and also let's say because we have some earthquake data for the site. Let's say the earthquake, whether it's critical or not, and the wind speeds all that. So they're all inbuilt. Now we are not there yet. Right? These are the things that will happen if we spend time. Actually, sometimes as a hobby, I know even personally I get involved in those things. Right? I go and put some AI models and then this sort of thing. I try to make a start by myself because I like to do certain things by myself even. But there are other people. I got other people who are interested. So we can do that if we can spend time because we have a huge amount of data and experience that we can past experience we can use to make predictions. So that's where I think where these predictive analytics are. That's the key we will see in our industry, and of course that will lead to smart and sustainable buildings. The integrating sensors. We have to know we can monitor the performance of the building very quickly to make sure the buildings are building and the construction any other size safe, and the Internet of Things, IoT devices to monitor and control various systems, and again the AI can analyze the environment impact. It will say that whether it will have environment issues or not. And project construction management. So that is a key because that will really change what we do on a construction site. And the project management side, the scheduling, budgeting, and resource allocations. So I'll give a bit of a example of a digital twin, which really make really these things very easy. The construction management, and then will reduce the construction times. Applications to start with, we are again it's in here. This CSEC has used this. Taking some examples using the program Midjourney, in generating generative designs, the architectural designs. So it is really features of them are the automations and the efficiency. You can optimize designs using AI, example like Midjourney type of program, enhancing processes, design option generation, accelerated design process. We can reduce the time that we take. That's what I'm saying, making things efficient. And again, the concept. it will allow us to bring different options of concepts and support for sustainability. We want to be sustainable. We want to get to net zero. You may have heard one of my talks on net zeros, but today a different topic. But even AI can be used to really, for us to achieve the net zeros quickly. So now it's all about where we are doing, which is called the text to imaging. So that's where you really help us. We give the text and then give the that we can get the visual images. That is, we go and I gave an example before, but we say we want a 20-story structure, right? And we want so that's we are giving in text. We type in text. So even now we can do chat GPTs and all that. We can really go and type these things. So text to imaging is the key. That's what we are doing, and it's really we have to have specialized programs still, not chat GPTs to general sort of programs, but the mid journeys and all that we incorporate the text to visual text to images sort of concept. So again, so we, because the past it's trained, as I said, past data been used with some images. That's been already done, and uses deep learning and the GIS are also so unlock the magnitude of image creation possibilities, give options. So that is showing the power of AI. Right? I'll show some examples like case studies. The green, we want a sustainable building, green building. So we go and say, like, no, this is it's really one of the examples generated here in this office that is giving some of the options. And we say we need some greenery to make it sustainable. And we may say we want a green roof to get into a certain green rating. So with so many different things, so we have to really, we can't ignore sustainability these days. Sustainable buildings will become again compulsory, or it's already becoming compulsory. So to achieve that, we can really use AI to really fine tune that and even giving options to make. We can even in the future, it's not done yet through even these programs, but we can say we want a green rating, right? I know here Sri Lanka green building rating, but other countries have different ratings. But we can say we want a rating of 6 or 7 or whatever, and say, or platinum rating, we want platinum or gold rating, all that we can say, and then get some outputs. So these are through text. We talk to the computer through text, and we get the images back. So some of these options here, so that we created from the mid-journey type of program. Today I will only be brief on this. I got a lot of other things to talk. So let's say origami type of structures we want it to be generated. It would have taken ages to do this before, but now we just use AI for this sort of thing. Hotel interiors, which is not easy to have the best interiors. But learning from past experiences and past mistakes, even really come up with nice interiors. Interiors are in fact they are so important. I'm going to get a bit more onto some applications. Today is all about applications as well. For example, that forensic engineering. So AI will help us a lot. This is one example where there was a chemical factory fire in Melbourne. I'm taking this as an example. Technology, all forensic engineering in different ways. This is actually I was not involved in this one, so I can't present the ones that I was involved in. Probably not allowed. But so it's in July last year, but very recent. So to find the causes, to find what happened, AI will go through some past data, how the fires occurred, type of fires, to all that AI will have that. So we can use AI to do why this happened. This one, rather than spending years and years for investigations, AI will give us some idea. So this sort of really make it easier, forensic engineering type of, that's also a common thing now. Going through that with the higher, this is one of my PhD students, there are a couple of my PhD students here in fact, no, format, they are research fellows, so some of them are working as engineers now, but they, so we, just one example where we did the PhD under me on the, like predicting the fire-induced falling. Falling is a big problem in concrete tunnel linings. That is the aggregates breaking off under fire. So we use a machine learning based framework for predicting that spalling. Spalling is a random thing, right? So I can talk for hours on spalling, but you can, if you like, you can look at this paper, what we have done there, how we have used machine learning models to really improve the predictions of the fire problem, spalling problem in the concrete linings. In fact, as I said, my first paper with my friend Alex Lemonikov, Professor Alex Lemonikov from Wollongong University, we did some work on the air blast. Air blast is very complex environment, right? So it's really very hard to predict what's going to happen, and again the damage and all that. So we are really, it's very hard to predict the blast loads. So we used actually this work is 2006. So I'd say my work, even the first papers are getting to 20 years now. So AI has been there for a long time, and especially ANN type of where artificial neural networks. That's part of AI, ANN. So anyway, getting a bit more closer to me, also the using the AI. I went very early, but this work, recent slides, I have to really thank Dr. Annie Su, one of my very good students. Today actually she's texted me saying she's joining from China. There are a few people joining from different countries, but so thank you, Annie, for all this work, and also the giving me a couple of slides for this talk. So 28-day destructive testing, where the traditional approach, and it's a nice slide where she has compared the traditional approach versus the AI opportunity. We have written a few papers recently based on this type of work, but it will appear in the journal. So 28-day, I'm doing this work with Engineer Dilan, who is here also in Sri Lanka. We are using different, like the mixed designs to really use AI to the future to predict. Some good work happening here as well. So here the traditional approach is 28 days destructive testing, which is really time consuming and costly. Again, some nonlinear relationships are there. It won't be accurate. There are so many variables these days for concrete. Water cement ratio, the cement type, curing, so many admixtures are there. So it's very hard to model accurately with some conventional equations. So AI will give from historical data. We got a lot of data. We have a lot of mixed designs from the past. So we can use the past data to train the machine learning model, and again use that company's patterns from historical data and predict the early age and 28-day strength. It's not a talk today. I will not have time to talk in that detail. So how we are doing is to predict that concrete strength is very important. If you want to post tension a beam, right? We want to do that in a few days. So we need to know predict the concrete strength in 3 days. Sometimes we want to do the post tensioning in 2 days. So that really is very hard with really to come up with some predictions. And we can't wait to do the testing at 2 days from the concrete company. So what we can do is fast predictions. And we have so much data. We are collecting every day so much data. Why not train a model? That's what we are doing this work here and also in Australia on that trying to improve these AI models for the concrete strength prediction. And there are a few others, I'm sure, in the world also doing this, and not just us. So we are using some popular AI models. So AI algorithms, you don't need to worry too much, but this is where you have to use some past AI algorithms, right, to really input but we have these tools now, right? We can use these tools. So again, the random forest models, again, there are some other type of standard models, popular AI models being used, which I think has used recently, and there will be published papers. There will be published in some papers. The advantage that Annie's father was well known to me as well. He's a well-known professor in China on deep learning. His area is computer science, helping us with this work. So as well, so we are getting very nice computer science from him and input and from him and also his students. So with the mixed design, water cement ratio, the cement content, we have so many variables, as I said. We use fly ash in concrete, slag, silicas, all sort of things these days. And we are also doing work on the calcite clay to many other metaphysics to many other type of admixtures now. Superplasticizers, we have different superplasticizers. Even the type of different superplasticizers from a company, right? If you take Sika or some other company, it's different to what is been happening here. Millennium Concrete here is the most popular here. And that's sort of the superplasticizers coming from. So there could be different differences. So I'm just giving some examples, like BSF could be having differently. So even the type of superplasticizer affect our mixed designs and mixers and predictions. And I'm also doing, which I'll show the next slide, but the curing conditions are different, the data processing, all that. And I will not go into detail where some of the papers, especially, and he has explained some of his work on this. So the real world applications is a very big talk today. So we are getting to the real world applications. We are really useful to have the lab to the site. We can do everything in the lab these days, but the on-site is difficult. So what is early age strength prediction? We have large project in Melbourne. I had some as well, some way, but with the underground city metro tunnel loop. So if we use AI, so it can reduce the testing delays by about 40%. So this is really converting into money, the cost. So again, the optimizing the mixed designs, the future directions. That's where we are going in that concrete side. The real-time data from sensors, digital twins, which I'll talk about now, where we use. So this work we did some examples from our work. Today, actually, you can read from the web other things, but so you can read the web. But I want to just also show some of our work. You can look at this paper, this already popular paper by again we're using the machine learning methods for the AI, the graphene side, where graphite is popular here, Sri Lanka, where again this is the graphene concrete work, we call it that work CGT company here, part of LOIC, supporting this work on machine learning. We are using machine learning as well. Let's go to the next work. Yeah, so next one. Thank you. So with the this is a very popular paper. I will give again one of my past PhD students, Dr. Saranga Baduge. He's now senior lecturer at RMIT for leading this effort. We had few of them there. Some of them are PhD students to many other colleagues. So coming up with this article, already 1,000 citations in a couple of years. So very popular paper in the world on AI and smart vision, how building and construction 4.0, how machine and deep learning methods and applications. Today, again, I'm going to show some slides from that work, but you can read the paper. A lot of detail or references are there. And again, as I said, it's a very popular paper already, highly cited paper. Okay. So anyway, so applications areas, when if you put, I call it construction industry 5.0 now. We were talking about the construction 4.0. With AI, we are going to construction, let's say 5.0. It's a revolution, right? It's happening. Next 2 years, and even already happening, but you can see more and more, right? Everyone, when you go to in a bus or a car or somewhere or a train, they will ask you about AI. That's going to happen. And so just interesting conversations will happen with AI. And sometimes if you are really sleepy, we put our AI, we put somewhere AI to handle the conversations. Someone talking to the neighbor, we can get the AI avatar, someone to talk. We just sleep. Right? So these sort of things will happen in the future. Some interesting things as well. There was a recent one. Sorry, I'm sidetracking. There was a recently, there was a meeting in another country. It's a real story, right? This someone came all the way, 15 hours of flight, came to the meeting, right? And came to the meeting, and then he was welcomed, right, to the building. He came and said, and he was asking, where are the other people? I came all this way to this important meeting. And they said, no, we have a very good rep, right? Better than him, better than us. So Avatar was really meeting him, like it, right? AI led Avatar was meeting, not a physical person. He came 15 hours of flying, right? All that time to really meet a AI generated avatar, right? Not real people. So this is a real story. So this is going to happen more and more, right? So we are replacing all that's a story, real story. Right? So with I don't know whether 15-hour flying is exaggerated, but it is a real story. That's happened. So with the anyway, let's put this in this diagram from that paper. You'll see this one. If you look at the industry 4.0, actually it's actually 5.0 now. But so offsite manufacturing automation, like that area where I'll show some slides later. But the smart building operation and health, construction management, architecture design and visualization, sustainability design, we already talked, structure design and analysis. Again, leave it to another talk, another day on the structure, how in detail. Material design I already talked about. So it will touch us in so many ways there in the using the construction industry. One example is structural engineering. So this is one example. Thank you for giving me this slide. But with the beam reinforcement drawing, if you do a drawing, this sort of complex projects. Do you know which project is this? Tricep. Yeah, Tricep, very popular project in Colombo, right? So that's a very large project. So a good project. I like that project. So it's one slide. Now, this is really, there are so many beams. One example is, so the AI model will be trained on, that's the kind of work we have started, like looking at the past data, the beam data, sizes of beams. Then we say this is the amount of reinforcement, right? We put more reinforcement anyway. So that way, we can't just say, there are some practical considerations as well. So training a model in the future, like we think these sort of case studies, so many cases been input, very quickly we can say, still we need to do the calculations later on to get an estimate of reinforcement layouts so that we'll be able to in the future use the AI, give the AI, let's say our choices, we want a beam like this sort of setting, what is the beam arrangement, right? What is the reinforcement arrangement? These sort of algorithms we can write. If we spend time, we can write. We got tools to do that now. So these sort of things will come in structural engineering in the future. Getting to a bit more closer to us, layout of houses. This is, you will see this little bit more detail in that paper I showed. This is based on Not and others using the GNs. GNs are it's really generative adversarial networks. It's really, we know Gen AI. When you put together different Gen AI machine learning models to get into the GNs or these are the words you will get very familiar in the future. So one example is that, let's say we give the options of house layout, right? It's closer to us, and then we started saying there are some room. We give these bubble diagrams, and then we get into the real the generative house layouts. It will have the user to edit the options in the C. That's the next step. Then we get into the bit of adjust. User goes and adjust it. It doesn't mean that humans won't have any input for our own house. Then we go and put the adjustments in the D, and then we again going to the real floor plans. We go into the computer design, then we go to the real floor plans and all that. So these sort of examples we can have with our own needs. We give in text what we need, and it will come up with the floor plans. So AI can be used. We can read some of these references. Read the paper I gave, our paper. You will see the references there for this sort of work. If you're interested in that work, today I will not go.
Ever wondered how we can predict structural failures before they happen? Ever wondered?
One more. No, few.
Ever wondered how we can predict?
Go back. One more. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So again, that there are some examples just going through where some of the work done in the world on the again the using the in a construction site, as I said, to introduce different technologies. Difficult sites here is based on Spanish work. You can read the paper and get the reference from our paper that I gave, and that reference again referred to looking at the reinforcement layouts to the checking all that to identify the workers on site and monitor their productivity. We can say this worker is really taking like not too much time to do this. From past work, we say not having this reinforcement like not fitted into a particular place. From past experience, we know it should take only 2 hours. Then we can compare. This work is taking 2 hours, 2 minutes, 2 minutes extra than past, right? It's not that. Let's say 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Right? So it's too much time this work is taking. So monitor their productivity, right? So there are certain things. So improve the productivity. So I will help you improve the productivity as such as that. Okay. So that's one. So again, this is our work. Again, I thank Shah and the whole other team. Looking at some the track detections, how see the track image, identifying the tracks from past experiences. We go and do the segmentation and then make some predictions and see whether that is all right. This is as far as it goes. So AI can change, learning from the past, do some predictions, and also to see whether it's all right or not. Moving on. We go to the bit more.
Ever wondered how we can predict structural failures before they happen? With artificial intelligence, engineers can now foresee potential issues in buildings, bridges, and other structures. AI analyzes data from sensors, monitoring stress and vibrations in real time. Machine learning algorithms detect anomalies and predict failures, allowing for timely maintenance. This revolutionizes structural health monitoring, making our infrastructure safer and more reliable. AI is saving lives and preventing disasters. Stay tuned for more amazing AI innovations.
So, actually, this is something, a topic, as I said, what we are doing now with the engineering and architecture type of really like that joint project where, again, especially myself and Dr. Paolo with another team, we're looking at the building failures and really how structural health monitoring can really help us really to really improve and to that building failures. These days we are compromising sometimes the quality, and people are trying to develop us trying to reduce the cost by compromising quality, which is really not the best thing. So with all that is, then we are using structural health monitoring for really monitor the existing structures. whether the existing structures are all right. And that video you saw how NDT, non-destructive testing, can be used. Also, from the past failures, the past learning from the past, making predictions on how this building is, right? Let's say we want to assess this building. If we want to really do something this building, we want to assess the building. So learning from the past, using the non-destructive testing, we can really make some assessment. And this building is quite relatively new, we don't need to do that, but old buildings especially, we need to really look at the structural health, right? It's like we sometimes go to the doctor and we do make these predictions. I know not predictions, making some test, right? We do some test and say the doctor will say that based on the test you are going to die in another 2 days, right? Or you're going to die in 3 years, right? It's not that accurate, right? But so it's not that bad, but they will make some predictions on your health. Similarly here with that. Yeah, we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, moving in the wrong direction.
Ever wondered how we
Going back? Yeah, okay. So construction safety. Let's go very quickly as we are running out of time. So with the construction safety, so we can use this sort of work to really look at the safety, monitor the people, and that's based on some of our work. But get closer to our more team done this one, the unsafe behaviors on construction sites. Looking at that is the productivity of that at the people. We can use AI to really see whether they are monitor them and say whether they are doing things safely or not. This is our lab. We'll go to the next slide. Yeah. So anyway, getting to very quickly on smart cities, we can look at that. We'll put all this together and look at smart cities. Again, read our paper. You will see a bit more detail of this one. Using the AI, bringing all that together to build smart cities. I'll leave that to another day. A bit more explanation. So we can bring all that through AI-based, as I said, the adversarial networks. Bring some machine learning models for each activity and bring them together to really make a smart city. AI-based smart city. Next one. Other way. So let's list through some optimization, construction technology, using technologies with optimization with AI. The next slide. So digital twin, which we can't avoid. So we can play that videos. So in the future, I can predict that with this sort of work we are already doing, but even here, some digital twin models are being done. So with CSEC, but it's it is really coming up with for a total project where really everything is put into this 3D model. Revit type of program can be used. There are some specific programs as well for digital twins. And once this whole procedure is really we model there, and the monitoring, you can see all the monitoring can be done, even the procurement and the storage on site. So everything will be done through this digital twin model. So real construction site is really simulated by a digital model, which will really be used to really take all the decisions, right? So in couple of 2-3 years time, maybe some years time, you'll see in a project management meeting or a construction management project type of meeting, digital twin. Like someone will be showing the digital twin. This is the where we are, and so things will change. We say maybe 5 years. Let's give 5 years. We are doing it already, but it will take to come into the industry probably up to 5 years, I would say, my prediction. But AI is in a big way. Next one. So this is a project we did with CRCP project with our project with CSR, a lot of big companies in Australia. So in this one, we had an ANU student accommodation project. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, sure. So there's a digital twins for construction monitoring. So we can use a digital twin. The next slide. No, just put the next slide. Yeah, next one. Yeah, that's fine. So we had a digital twin model of the construction site, and then we were going and doing the monitoring the construction and also some sensors and see the performance progress on it using the. So that work was on facades, but again, I'm not going into detail. But digital twins, we have done some models to methodology for how digital twins can be used with that particular CSEC project. Next slide. Yeah, so that's the digital twin model. Go to the next slide. So quickly on the construction optimization. So I call it design for construction time. I'm sure others have used that as well. Optimizing the layback time, optimizing the construction time. So with all that, again we can use AI to optimize the labor. Again, the whole thing is learning from the past, make some predictions and plan. So we can take some decisions using that. Next one. So here, thank you, Dr. Paul, for this slide with how is put together this slide using different ways of how in a construction management, we can use the time, cost, quality, building safety, risk, all that project construction management, offsite construction, which I have a slide in the next one. So we are a bit more prefabrication, just close to my area. Reading that, there are some other YouTube talks from me on offsite construction. So we are having done in the factory and brought to the site. So we can use some AI-based models for optimizing that. On the left-hand side down, you see 3D printing, VR and AG, fully and semi-automated process equipment, 3D printing, print automation, labor productivity, and again, all the labor productivity is a huge problem now, how to allocate labor, all that we can use AI to really make those decisions. And that's coming in a big way. So that's why everyone keep an eye and try to use the start AI to think about how AI can be applied for these ones. And there are some tools and as well in different. You can use AI to really put the word labor productivity in GPT or somewhere, then you get some information as well. Use AI to learn AI, right? So next one. So offsite construction, modular done in a factory and brought to the site. The AI has spent lots of time and using the precast patterns to fully 3D type of modular structures. You can put my name, and I gave a talk in Meet the Expert series in Thailand, AIT. That's in the YouTube. You can look at the offsite that work. Next one. AI in construction. That a lot of things will happen in the future are done on site. Right? We can do in the lab. We can do any 3D printing now in the lab. There's no problem at all. But really doing it in the field is the one which really we have to really develop it further. But we can do in a factory and take it some elements to the site. That's also possible using 3D printing. But also we need to now look at on a site how we do the AI, and you can see some of the robots being doing demolition and some other work on site, and that work on the right hand side bottom is 4-legged robots. We also have PhD project on that to do some this case plastic sorting led by other way, but that project, but using the on the sorting side, but 4-legged robots also can do a lot of work in the construction site. You'll see a bit more of that. Today I'm not talking about all that, but the bolting on site to many other things can be done through AI-based models. It's all about construction automation. Field printers, we can do printing, and also do a lot of things. You can see the bricklaying, there are bricklaying operations. People, to make it more accurate and safer, you can see on the right bottom right hand side, you see bricklaying, which is not easy to put it on correct side. They are wearing these the glasses, the VR type of glasses, where they can really, it'll show us the exact locations to really place the bricks, make it easier. So we're not completely replacing manual labor, but in this case, it'll really help us to make it do it more accurately, more efficiently, or that bricklaying. That's one. So there are so many applications in our construction we can look at from AI to help us. Next one. So anyway, this one also Dr. Paulo putting this slide together. So the AI can be part of solution supporting our activities, leaving home in a, let's say, construction site or anywhere, collecting tools, the correct tool, what are the tools that you need for the day. AI will give that. Traveling, we have the car navigated by AI. Arrival on site, the performing the work, we got AI for many things. And even leaving right now, after that. So whole day of work will have AI really helping us as the best friend to really guide our day. That will happen in, I would say, things are happening now, but in our construction sites also will happen there regularly. Right? Next one. Yeah, so I think that's the last slide I want to show you. We are in a construction site and other things. We will have all that driven by AI, automated cranes, the automated again the really mixers to pumping the concretes to really even it won't be completely robots doing all the work, but some construction workers will be replaced by the robots helping, and that's what happened there. And drones monitoring everywhere that this slide shows, bringing all that together in a construction site. So all that will be influenced. AI will influence everything we are doing, and to do it more accurately, more safely, using all the data. We have lots of data from past work on construction sites. Using that, even we can really help to predict make some predictions, take some informed decisions, and that's something that we can't avoid. Another thing which I'm not talking today, look at the word blockchain modeling, which even for automation of constructions, we just use in financial industry, right? I have my Bitcoin stories, but today I will not say that, but we all know what is Bitcoin. So it uses blockchain technology. Other day, the questions I explain what is blockchain, but it's really something that will be useful AI-based type of, so blockchain type of work models will also come into the construction sites. So not to talk, but today will be very brief to give you an insight of things for you to start thinking how AI is going to really affect our construction sites, but it is really very positive. At the same time, we have to use those tools, but however, we can't completely, it will not eliminate all of us, right, in the construction industry, but there will be some positive influence. And I'll repeat what I said at the beginning, that really bring us the cost, bring the more safer structures, more elegant, more efficiently designed, optimized structures. So that way we'll have more construction happening and make it easier. So we'll have our work will not reduce. So really there's some influence. But one of the industries I would think, the construction industry, is where it really will balance out. It's not going to really get rid of jobs. Certain industries will be wiped out, I can say. Sorry, certain jobs. I will not name them. But if you read, you will see that will be wiped out. AI will wipe out some jobs, certain jobs in the overall world, right? One example is already, if you ask a question, something there will be a virtual person answering questions for us if you want some help in certain things over the phone, virtual people. So it completely eliminated the call centers to other things in certain countries. So like that, certain areas we completely wiped out, but not in construction related. So our jobs engineers, architects and others, be very safe. So I can predict that 5 years time, it's not going to really, we'll have large scale teams there, but I take my prediction there'll be big influence on how we use the AI in our construction in another 5 years time, but regularly it will happen. All of us have to really embrace and to be there. So I can talk for hours. Let's talk now. I'm not sure whether we have time for answers. Questions I took long time. Are there any questions on this? About 5. I will take about 5. Then we answer. We'll ask them. So,
Thank you, Professor, for the very informative session on how AI can be a transformative force in advancing the construction industry. And the AI being a constantly evolving topic, a subject and vast topic, I think Professor Priyan Mendes today focused on which path towards AI transformation in this construction industry is moving forward. So thank you, Professor, for that insightful presentation and webinar. I'm sure your knowledge, wisdom, and experience really enlightened everyone on this topic. So thank you, Professor, for your time and dedication in educating generations of engineers, collaborating and joining hands with SDI as always, every time in building a knowledge-based society. So before the Q&A session, I'd like to notify everyone joining that the Google Form link is now open. I repeat, the Google Form link is now open for attendance. So if you wish to receive your certificate of participation, please go ahead and mark your attendance through the Google Form. And the Google Form link will only be open for 10 more minutes. So fill out the Google Form as soon as possible if you wish to receive the certificate. And if you have any issues accessing or submitting the Google Form, please take a screenshot and send it to us via email or WhatsApp, so we can assist you with that. With that notification, we can now move on to the Q&A session. We have about 5 questions. Professor, the first question is there any AI software which can detail reinforcement?
I think that's a very good question. As I said, yeah, there are some, in fact, some work done in different places, including us, looking at some simpler, like student projects, but it's really looking at the, as I said, giving really some questions like, I have a beam of 5 meter span, I want, let's say, 32 MPa concrete, and then say that the beam size is this much. Look, and because when I give the span, we can give the beam size or even ask AI to give some suggestions on the beam sizes, but usually really the beam size is good to give that, and then to come up with the reinforcement layouts and all that. That we can use algorithms already, but not there are, again, the R&D stage, yes, there are ones that have been developed, including us, but it's not yet have become commercial in detail, but it's going to be a good question. I would say 2 years. I would give next 2 years to really have some commercial, even the present programs like ETAPS or some other program, ProCon or some other program, giving the really AI-based layouts in the future. But I like to give 2 years. I hope it will be 2 years, but definitely people are starting to think about it. It's pretty simple thing to do, but we spend time. So good question.
Another similar question, Professor. Is there any AI software which can be used for project planning, management, and costing?
So then it's another good question. It is really moving from, we need to do lots of work. There was even presentations from this office yesterday on how Revit 5D can be used to really bring together the Revit model and using the next one like project management tools like Microsoft Project, and then the Costex type of the costing programs together, and to have the like a 5D type of model, BIM model, building information model, was one example done here in a key project. That's paper, I'm sure will have access to anyone that paper through SDI. So that sort of work is happening. But only thing is the AI not yet developed yet. AI past experience, all that had to be developed. So AI models had to be developed to really have sorry, switch is on. But AI models based on past experience had to be trained first from that, and then long way to go, because at the moment, unfortunately, no one is doing. One of the reasons is, I don't want to talk too much, but project management people are not the even the they're not cost people. They're not. So we have to bring QS everyone together, the multidisciplinary team together to really do that work. I had to, unfortunately, the long way to go, because I don't know whether even Revit Autodesk or someone would spend time, because they don't have the construction data. So that's a problem of how to train those models. And yeah, those things as exercise, yes, even CSEC here is doing that sort of work, because lots of past data, but at that level, but that could be really like in-house things will happen, but like no large organizations like CSEC, but it's not going to have some commercial software happening soon, I can tell you. It's huge shock.
Another question, Professor. Do you think AI decision-making in structural safety and quality assurance should be legally accountable, similar to engineers? And how can regulations keep up with AI adoption in construction?
Again, that's a very good question. It's an early question. It's really early stages, because at the moment, we don't have proper AI models. Also, we have to be careful. Accuracy of AI model depends on the training set, which call it training. Let's say machine learning model depends on that training set. So we need to have enough reliable data to train the AI models. If you have the data, data quality is the key. You have enough data from the past projects to train the AI, the machine learning models, then we can make those predictions. We can use, that's what we are doing now. But it's early stages, so it's a huge amount of work had to be done to really collect the data. So I can see the problem is to collect the data, and there'll be lots of people, again, the leaders, the project managers, the developers, and others will be reluctant to give all their data to really outside. So I find it easy to do it here through CSEC because lots of data. Other countries, I find it difficult very hard to get data out of people. So the companies to do that work. So I be very unfortunately may not happen very soon unless we all get together and then start collecting data. That's so we can do. We have the methods. We have the all sort of algorithms, all that to do that. But machine learning models to do that. But one thing is that quality data is the one which is missing. So that's something I don't know how we do that. So very good question.
Final question. So what is the leading platform to interact with structural engineering? A leading platform to interact with structural engineering.
Yeah. Yeah, in which way that leading platform means AI in structural engineering?
Yeah, what is the leading platform to interact with structural engineering?
AI. AI based. So AI based structural engineering. the question is not very clear, but I think there are different forums. My suggestion is there be other information will be, I'm sure the Structural Design Institute engineer can take that on board, really like now looking at what is happening in AI in structural engineering, maybe as to collect, it's not easy, right? To see whether projects happening around the world, not many yet, right, happening, but to really have at least some references. I'm not saying SDI would have time to do that, but I think we need at the moment there's no one platform to really bring us all interested in AI in structural engineering. Maybe if someone can really initiate something, would be very much I'd be very interested and also a lot of value.
Thank you, Professor, for clearing out all the doubts and queries of the participants. With that, we can conclude the Q&A session. So before the conclusion of the webinar, we have a few announcements to be made on behalf of SDI. We have our upcoming course on SAP 2000. We're starting on the 23rd of September. After this, we'll have 6 consecutive Tuesdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So if you're interested in joining the SAP 2000 course, we have already posted all the registration links on our social media platforms, our WhatsApp link, WhatsApp channel, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You all can go ahead and register for those courses. And with that, we can conclude the 5th webinar of our yearly series. Thank you everyone for joining. We hope that it was beneficial to you all. And thank you, Professor, once again for joining us. And if you're interested in our future webinars, upcoming courses and publications, please keep an eye out on our social media platforms, the WhatsApp group, the WhatsApp channel, Facebook, and LinkedIn as shown on the screen. And you can always email us or WhatsApp us through our email and WhatsApp numbers. And thank you all again for joining, and we will see you at our next webinar on another interesting topic. Have a nice day.